You ready? Okay. Hello, I'm Tanya, and this is my ostomy series. I'm going to do a series. Eventually, it'll be a series, but today I'm just going to deal with the application. And the reason I'm doing this video is because when I first got my ostomy, which was in November of 2011, I was on the internet looking for things that looked like me, African Americans with ostomies and people with tummies like mine, and folks with ostomies that are retracted. This is called a retracted ostomy. This is my cat who's in the way. I'm push him out the way. So I have a retracted ostomy, but it functions just like a regular ostomy. So this is really for people who have tummies like mine and a retracted ostomy. I mean, it probably would help for the other folks too, but that's my target audience. So I'm going to start with the application. Well, before I do the application, and again, this goes back to having a tummy like mine. When I was looking online, everybody had a little beef tummy, and not me. So it didn't really help me. I was initially using this flat appliance, and I was getting a lot of leakage and a lot of separation, and was kind of depressed about it because I was feeling real inadequate. So part of that, I think, was my application process, as well as just the type of appliance I was using. So I now use a appliance with convexity to it. You'll hear them talk about a convex or a convexity. So if you look at the two of these side by side, you can see this one is just flat, and then this one has a little hump to it. Well, what that does is, because we have those tummies, Mercy wants to be in the video. We have those tummies. Get out. Oof. Sorry. We have those tummies. The convexity will push down, especially because it's a retracted stoma. The convexity will push inward and fit into that. So that's the first thing to know about that, to make you feel better about getting a better fit and a better appliance. I also use the drainable lock and roll pouches. There are so many different kinds. Just contact the different companies and ask them to send you some samples before you make a decision about what you want to order through your insurance carrier. This is a lock and roll as well. Convex, no convex. So I'm going to do the application and tell you how I get mine to stay on really good, provided I don't have a lot of sweating from activity or what have you. I can go from anywhere from 4 to as long as 7 days with one pouch. They recommend you don't go longer than 7 days because, you know, it's poop. So you want to change it, and then you want to, you know, keep your skin free of irritants. Another thing for you to know is that when you take off your appliance, when you're cleansing the skin around your appliance, you want to make sure that you don't use any perfume soap or any soap that is going to build up a residue. The one that they recommend to me, everybody has consistently recommended, is Dial soap. The Gold Bar regular old Dial, because it's antibacterial and it doesn't do a buildup. Like I said, I've been doing it since November, and I haven't had any issues with buildup. Because the buildup will cause your appliance not to stick. So my first step in my appliance is what's a skin prep. And this is a spray. You can also get in a wipe, but I'm going to spray the area. And if you're in a hurry, like I actually am kind of in a hurry today, because you need it to dry, you can always use a blow dryer. Don't turn it up too high, too hot. And just dry the area. the other thing is you always got to be kind of quick, because sometimes you never know when your little stoma's going to start producing. And I've had instances where I've had like little volcanic eruptions. That happens to you, don't feel bad, it happened to me. So I did that. And if I had any areas around here that were broken, I would put some powder on it, which is the stoma powder. People will tell you about this. You'll hear about this. You'll be in your kits and all that. Put that on there, and then just on the areas where the skin is broken is what I do. And then spray that again. Maybe put a little bit more, and then spray it again. And of course, you want it to dry thoroughly before you apply anything. So the other thing I use is the rings. And the rings, they tell you, are for building up when you get leakage and so forth and so on. What I find them best for me is I take a piece of the ring and I put it around. And also, just so you know, I always do what I'm doing in front of a mirror. So, show a mirror. This is my mirror. Can you see the mirror? Okay, you can shoot the rest of it from the mirror. Can you see it in the mirror, what I'm doing? Okay, and so what I do, because I need to see what I'm doing, so I can't look at you in the I take the ring, and it's pliable, so I make it into a circle to go around my stoma opening. And this also serves as a skin protector as well. Thing about it though is once you stick it to your skin, it kind of gets stuck. So you want to make sure you do that. Sometimes you'll get a little production while you're doing your change. Just get a piece of Kleenex and wipe it away. I know it's gross, huh? But the world we live in. You know, I used to, initially when I was looking at the videos, I was like, ugh, they don't have on gloves, blah, 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 blah. Well, think about it. Do you wear gloves when you wipe your butt? No. You just make sure you wash your hands before and after. So, take this little ring. I open it up to fit the size of my stoma. The place where I typically, if I have a break, is down here. So I'm going to put the thickest part of it down in that area. So I put it to the opening. And I put it around the opening. Making sure that none of it's covering the actual opening, because it's going to, as the temperature gets to it, it's going to start to expand. And when it expands, that's how it, my understanding is that's how it helps with the bond, so that it's, keeps things in place and secure. So that's my first start. So then I take my applicator, remove the berries from my applicator. Oh, I forgot to talk about pre-cut. This was pre-cut. It came from the factory cut this way. They have different sizes. You can order them based on how round your opening is. This is a not pre-cut. It has this hole in it, so if yours is this little, you don't have to cut anymore. But if you don't, you can measure it and cut it to fit your opening if you decide to use this one. But again, big tummies, Convex. So I'll place that there. I'll take another piece of the ring, and I will basically do the same exact thing I did to place on my skin. I will now do it to place it on the actual appliance. And the reason why that works so well, the reason why that works so well is because it will help me to form more of a seal, so that it will be less likely that my appliance will come undone or leak or so forth and so on. So I'll take this, I'll put it on the opening of my appliance. As you can see, I didn't do that wide enough, so I could just stretch it around there as wide as I needed to. And I'll stretch it on there and stretch it and stretch it and stretch it Again, you want to make sure that nothing blocks the opening, because as it heats up, it will expand, and if it's too far in the opening, it may clog up the opening. You can unclog it, but it's just more work. So see, it's on there, it's all around there, and then I also take a little bit of it and make sure it goes on the inside, and then I fold that around in there so it gets a really good seal. So when the waste comes out, it's going on the seal straight in through there. Now the thing about that is, I'm going to apply this seal directly on top of this one so that they can bond to each other, and you'll get a better seal. Now this is the most contradictory item you'll ever get, this paste. The thought is that the paste helps some kind of way with the adhesion. It does not help with adhesion at all. What the paste is another protectorant for your skin, another barrier for your skin to keep it from being broken or irritated and so forth and so on. And I was real concerned because I have real sensitive skin, and I've been doing it since November, and I've been good. So I'm almost gonna say, if I can do this without getting irritated, anybody probably can. So you take a little bit of the paste and you put it around and around and around and around. And you don't want to do a whole lot at all, because I've had enough experiences where I've used too much paste and my appliance doesn't stick and it comes off or it leaks or what have you. The other thing to know about the paste is that the paste isn't as liquid resistant as the rings are, and so if liquids get on the paste, they break down quicker, but when they get on the barrier can resist them better. So that's just something to know. So then after that, I do that. Then I take that and I'll go back to my mirror. I line up the two holes, and you want to you can place it directly on. I try to rotate it sometimes, turn this in at the bottom or what have you. Just for the sake of, giving your skin a little variation. Excuse me, so that each application isn't done the same. As you can see, I still have my little scar here. And so I put that on, and the reason why I'm doing this is so that it can begin to heat up and that bond can form between the two rings that I put on. So put that on, and then you'll pull off the backing on one side, and you'll press that down and seal that real good. And then you'll pull off the backing on the other side. You press that down and seal that real good. And then three final steps that I do. I use a lubricant that also serves as a deodorant. Just because I'm real sensitive about odor. Not that anybody's ever told me that they smelled it or anything, unless I sprung a leak, but just because to make me feel better about it. Also, this is supposed to help with your waste to be able to come out when you need to empty it. I don't really know, but it makes me feel better, so I use it. This is such a ego smasher for me, having to start doing this. Just because I felt so inadequate and so not in control of it. Now I don't feel that way, so my ego is back in shape. So I put that in there. We rub it around inside the bag. You smell that music. And then, sometimes I get, for some reason I don't know why I do that. It gets up here too close to the top. So I just wipe that off. And then fold it down, and lock it in place. And my last little thing that I do, just for a little security, again, because I have this tummy, my undies don't typically go all the way over. And I don't want to put it right in the middle of there because I don't want to constrict it in any kind of way. So what I do is I typically wear under there, and most of the time they come up a little higher. So I just take a little piece of tape, and you have to use the kind, if you're going to do this, you have to use the kind that your skin tolerates best. This is the 3M, the Metaphor tape that I use. It's like the cloth tape opposed to the paper tape, because that paper tape is like, can't get off. My gosh. And I just take a little piece of this, and I know whoever thought arts and crafts in the bathroom. And I keep scissors and my stuff in here. I take this little piece of tape, and I just place it right under here on top of my appliance adhesive. And that's just so that if my undies or what have you, get up in there, they won't rub at the barrier and loosen it up. It'll hit the tape and the barrier. The adhesive for the actual barrier will be safe. So that is it. I am good to go. There'll be more, because there's some things that we need to talk about, but that's my application process. Convex versus non-convex. So that's my preference when you have a tummy that looks like mine. Thank you.